So Pokemon Blitz Emerald is basically like a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald, but that game is like probably in my top five of all time. I love that game, and well, I don't know. It actually, yeah, it probably is now that I think about it. I've only ever said two games really fell into that category, but I'll put that game in there as well. This might be the gold bad that I was talking about in the previous video. So I have three Pokemon in my party: Pikachu, Pidgeot, and this Pokemon that I all caught. They were already evolved at a very, very low level, this Pokemon included. So, you know, they're different in that way. I have felt that difference in a not so positive way, and because you can't use items in this game, it can be when you're battling, you can't really use items, so it's like it can be a pain. But I plan on evolving all these Pokemon to their highest level, um, you know. But so I'll probably end up stopping Pokemon Prism, continue this, and everything I'm doing on the second channel. But kind of back to what I was talking about, which is the Pokemon Emerald Blitz. I found out where to download it, but it's like a pretty difficult process you have to go through involving a patch in order to quite literally get the game up and running. And it looks really good. It's probably on par with this game in terms of just how good it looks. And surely the developers know that it's probably difficult for people like me to get that game up and running. So maybe in the future they'll make it easier for people to download. That might have done it, to kind of. They might have done it that way to, for the communities, and doing stuff like that is actually good for the community because it keeps everyone involved. People get to talking on different forums and stuff like that. But with this game, it's funny because it's geared toward. It seems like this game is geared towards speed running as well. I really see a lot of people on YouTube trying to see how quickly they can beat a game like this, but it would just be for like exhibition's sake because they give you everything at the beginning of the game. It's really, on one level, the first point is it's subjective from a speedrunning standpoint, but then it also is kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul if you just kind of look at what this is for me. But I could see how people would want to speedrun. But Pokemon Blitz Emerald, I think, is straight up advertised as like a speedrunning game ROM hack, which is kind of interesting. But I really hope to play that in the future. But I'll probably put Pokemon Prism down just because of the way it ended, and kind of group that into the other ROM hacks that I've since completed. Continue with this game. Legend of Heroes, Fantasia, and then Pokemon Showdown, which I've been playing a lot of recently. I changed my avatar to a Team Plasma kind of grunt. It's got like, I didn't realize in retrospect that it kind of like went along with what I'm doing in Fantasia with the Joss build, because they've got the same color hair and kind of look similar and kind of are cut from that same cloth, just with what Team Plasma is and the fact that he's a grunt and what I'm doing in Fantasia. But that's not why I did it. I kind of did it. I just progressively changed my avatar from like every time. I just tried to find something I felt was cooler than the last one. It's kind of like come down to this current one that I have. So I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Showdown over the past couple of days and have been really enjoying myself. Occasionally you'll get a battle where like, you're forced to start the timer, or people are just stalling, or I haven't seen too many people just straight up quit in Pokemon Showdown. I have had a couple matches. It was funny the other day. I had there's a evolution of Sneasel, I think is from the Hisuian region, which is Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I didn't play that game. I really wanted to. It didn't have a Switch at the time. But I had a Sneasel, and it knew a move where it was like, I've never seen it before, but it's like something where you roll, it's like a dice roll, and you have the chance to like poison, paralyze, put the target to sleep, or and something else, I think, in addition to however much damage it does. And I used that and like took out this person's Pokemon like instantly with that move, and they quit. That was like within the past couple days, but that rarely ever happens, and that's the first time I've ever gotten that Pokemon, whatever its name is. But so I'll continue playing that. Really excited to get the channel trailers up on both my channels around the 27th of February. It's the 3rd right now, so I'm kind of just waiting to upload those. I've got probably like 14 more days worth of videos before I take my little break, and then when the 27th comes around, I'll continue uploading. I felt like there was something else I wanted to talk about. I really want to play Pokemon Blitz Emerald. Hopefully in the future I'll pick up with Gundam again. I'm going to try to enjoy myself on that game. I have a feeling it'll be over sooner than people think, even though I don't want it to be the case. Although, I don't know, I feel like I could probably stretch out that game for however long I want to, especially after I'm done with everything that I want to do. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. And, still got my PS5, which is cool. I'm just waiting to start back playing that. I mean, other than that, there's nothing else really going on. This game has I'm kind of at a point right now where I can't beat Misty, and because I'm not getting any experience, I think I'm gonna have to kind of just like either go back to that cave. There's a cave where I caught Onyx that I think has some trainers in there, so I'll see if I can get some experience from them. If I don't get any from like the first trainer, I'll return to the gym and continue trying to beat it with like Gyarados or Ivysaur until she's got a Starmie that's like a problem, and so is Golduck, especially for my Venusaur, because they're psychic Pokemon and he's grass and poison, so everything they do is like super effective. Another thing I don't like about this game is when I use like Leech Seed on an enemy, oftentimes they'll switch out, and even in other cases I've seen trainers will withdraw their Pokemon. And there's some people that might be wondering like, what's the problem with that? Doesn't that put you at an advantage? I'm like, it does, but it doesn't help when that difference that those 3 Pokemon that I have sometimes I think works in the enemy's favor, so I'll get poisoned easily. Moves like Sing that have a 50% hit rate, I feel like hit more often. Maybe that's not fair, but I have felt that difference not work in my favor, and because you can't use items, this game can be a little annoying in that way, but that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to try to see if I can find a trainer that'll give me some experience. I want to level up my team right now in Aesthetic Red is well, you'll see. I don't want to butcher the names, but it's basically a Venusaur that I traded for in Cerulean, the underleveled Pikachu, Pidgeotto, and Golbat. I evolved Magikarp into Gyarados. It lost the Moody ability, and it now just has Intimidate, and then like it normally does, even though they sell ability capsules in the store in this game, so I could try to change it back to Moody, but it doesn't seem worth it to me, especially considering how difficult this game can be. But well, maybe that's the key to beating Misty. I don't know. I haven't given that much thought. I'll see.